You get hooked on it, that's what happens. There's a reason there's caffeine in soda. Well, in theory we are, except the computer's off.
Not related, yeah, darn. How come that's always our lot?
I know.
Not related, yeah.
Before my whole life.
Yeah. Maybe good money, but not good blessings. Just that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You're amazing.
Yeah, because it's Blake behind me.
Do you do shorthand?
But
I'm old enough that I know.
it'll keep running independently. Oh. He's going to a conference next week where he's going to try the software out.
But it's actually good because it helps us.
Well, I mean, right now the camera's running during weekends.
Yeah. So I was talking to Kirk the other day. So it's been ordered and everything. Yeah. Kirk is one of my former students. So
Great job.
great to follow. You know, it's like candidates speak the flat and get representation of just the other day. So
That should continue to run even if no matter what this does. So I think we could start again and I'll... Yeah.
Have we got everybody else back?
Maybe just explain for those who are
Can we have you sit back down, please?
So it's live.
You're not using your computer anymore tonight. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like a magic stick.
Just stick.
Well, Happy New Year. Sorry that this is the first order of business you have to do in the new year. But it is what it is.
Okay, I think we've got the camera back up and running and audio, so thank you for your patience. Technology, what can you say? Hi. No. First question is, would you just tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
I was raised in Oklahoma, a little town called Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Came to school out here in Utah and went to Brigham Young University. Barely got accepted on academic probation because my grades were so poor. I struggled in college. It was not easy. I got a bachelor's and a master's degree in engineering, and it was extremely, extremely hard. I married my wife, and I told her that I would probably, because of my engineering field, I would never live in Utah probably. And I subdivided her father's backyard and live in North Ogden and have since for more than 20 years. So I'm grateful for living here, and that's just a little bit of example, a little bit about me.
Thank you.
All right, Stephen, Mr. Huntsman,
Thank you.
Bob. Oh, good. It's been a long night already. What motivated you to apply to be our mayor?
As I mentioned, I've been here for 20 years in North Ogden. I built my home myself with my own labor. I poured the footings, the foundations. I used all the material to build the rest of the house. I did the wiring, the plumbing. I did everything. I'm grateful that I had that opportunity to come here and to raise my family. I have 9 children. They've all gone up here to Weber High. All the older ones have. The younger ones are at North Ogden. But I have 2 children going to Weber High now. And now my sons are married. My older ones are all married. And I've got a lot of grandchildren. Actually, I have 15. When I see I want to have that same benefit of safety and the ability to build a home and to live in a safe community and have my children do the same thing. So it motivated me to run, to provide a place for future generations, long past the time we're gone, to do the same, to have the same freedoms that I had to live here and grow up here, where my children did. That's what motivated me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, what do you see as the future vision of North Ogden regarding commercial and residential development?
I would like to see more commercial. Some parts of commercial. It is really hard to find more than just a few restaurants. I go to Cafe Rio every 3 days. But I need, it'd be nice if we had just a few more options to take our family to dinner. So I would like to see it grow commercially and not have to leave North Ogden to have restaurants and other shopping. That's how I feel.
Okay, Mr. Huntsman, you've had this experience before being on the city council. So how do you handle complaints and criticisms and conflict?
Oh my goodness, they come, don't they? You all know. Read Phil's Facebook page. He gets inundated with criticisms and negatives trying to be positive. It happens. Nobody is happy. When you guys are on this council, you're going to lose friends because people are going to criticize you for your decisions. You have to decide what is best for the community and what are the laws and ordinances. You men and women are up here making the ordinances, and we have to be a city of laws, a city of ordinances. And so you have to look at those criticisms and realize that may be a really upset person at that time, but there's also, a little under 20,000 people here who may have different opinions, and so you have to look out for both sides. So you just have to say, I understand your criticism. You have to listen, but you don't always have to act on every criticism that you receive. You have to look at the ordinances on the books and weigh that against what's right and what the laws are, state and city.
Thank you.
Okay, Steve, last question. So, we've had some controversy in the city lately, particularly the amphitheater at Barker Park.
Yes.
My question's concerning that. So we've completed stage 1 of construction.
Okay.
We as a city council have approved for stage 2 of the construction. What do you see moving forward with the amphitheater, and how will you handle both the negative and those who are positive about the amphitheater?
Okay. When it comes to funding and when it comes to voting, there are 5 members here who vote. Only the mayor breaks a tie, right? He cannot veto anything. The job of the mayor is to take what you as city council want and administer it and put it into effect. I can have no other influence than that, what you city council want. So if you've voted and you've put that in place, that's the job of the mayor. And I think too many mayors don't understand that their job is to work for the citizens, but the citizens put you 5 there and to work for you 5 council members. So whatever you decide, even though maybe I don't support something you do, and I'm sure that will happen, but that's regardless of the point. You support it and you bring the community together and you try to do the best you can. So there's been a lot of criticism, but a lot of that may have been directed at the mayor in the past. But honestly, it's you 5 who make the laws, if you will, the ordinances. So you've, as a body, and we either support that or we don't. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's your answer. That answers it. So. Thank you. That's all I got. So.
Thank you. Okay, so we'll turn some time back over to Annette. Tell us how this is going from here.
Okay, I'm just going to explain the process for selecting a temporary mayor. The code, just so you know, isn't very clear. I've talked to the Lieutenant Governor's office and I've spoken to Weber County, and so all they say is, Annette, you're the election official. And we'll fix this in legislation.
And it is clear that 2 votes have to take
Yes.
place, and that's about as clear as it gets.
Yeah, you have to have 2 votes. This is the procedure. Mayor Pro Tem Stoker will ask each one of you who you would like to vote for. You can vote for up to 2. Doesn't mean you have to vote for 2, but you can vote for up to 2. And after that's done, the first time around, we'll take the 2 highest vote getters, and then you'll vote on those 2. You'll vote for one of those 2. And because the code says that if one of the legislative body wants this done in an open vote in public, then you are required to do that. So that will be an open vote here in public. You will give your choices here in public. Anyway, I'll turn that time over. Go ahead.
Just so we vote for 2, but you say we don't.
Up to 2 the first time.
So, and then we take the 2 highest. So what if we all voted for, what if we all voted for this different people? Or what if we all voted for, and we only voted once, we all voted for the same guy? I mean, how does that?
That means one person got the highest votes, and the other 4 got the second highest vote. So we can do that the law says by straw vote. We'll flip coins for that second person.
Okay, and then if we all voted for just one and we all voted for the same one, how does it? Then that just means that's
what you'll do the first time. We'll do if you all vote for one, that means the other 4 got the second vote.
I understand. Okay, I thought you meant if we all voted for, because there's 5 candidates.
Right.
There's 5 council members. So if we all, okay. I think I understand. I'm going to vote how I want to vote.
Okay, so you can vote for up to 2. Doesn't mean you have to vote for 2.
Okay.
And John's going to keep the tabulation up here, and Council Member or Mayor Pro Tem Stoker will do this part of the meeting.
I truly like council member better than Mayor Pro Tem. I'm just saying. Okay, so we will start the voting. And since I'm the mayor, I don't have to go first.
We should start on that end.
Wow.
You can start down here if you want. You can start down
I don't, no, it doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter. Wherever you want to start. Sure.
You.
I stepped off the
She
curb.
said she was going to get me by the end of the night, and she just, no, actually, I appreciate the opportunity. Well, I'm not going to launch into a speech. I'm grateful for all those that applied. It says something that anybody sticks their hat into this ring, especially if you've been there before or you've been involved. It's not always fun and not always rewarding, but most of the time it is. My first vote is for Brent Chugg. And my second would be for Stephen Huntsman.
Okay. Ryan?
My first vote's Brent Chugg, and second's Janice Christensen.
Blake?
My first vote is for Brent Chugg, and my second vote is for Julie Anderson.
So I just want everybody to know that two of our council members have been through this. So they understand what you went through, and I want to thank everybody for applying too. And my first vote would be Brent Chugg, and my second vote would be Julie Anderson.
Myself? It would be, my first vote is Brent Chugg, and my second would be Steve Huntsman. So we have a tie.
We have a tie for second place, which means we do a coin flip.
You got the coins?
I do. You want to explain this, Annette?
It's so silly.
Call your Utah legislators. Where's Senator Christensen? No ducking. This needs to be fixed.
All right. The two,
Julie and Steve.
Julie and Steve. Come on up.
Should we rock, paper, scissors?
Can we have an arm wrestle instead?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yes, I'd win.
Yeah.
All right. You choose first. Am I doing right?
How you're the election official.
Heads. Okay. It's tails.
Oh, I get to choose
I'm
two.
gonna let you choose two.
Okay. Tails.
It's heads. Let's see.
Rock, paper, scissors.
And it's tails. So that's twice, Julie.
I'm going with tails this time.
It's tails.
So now it's
Who is it?
voting on Brent or Julie, right?
Who is it, Annette?
What's that?
Who is it?
Actually.
Brent or Julie.
Okay.
And this time it's one vote per council. Is that correct?
One or the other.
So
Okay.
you've got Brent Chugg and Julie Anderson.
Okay. We'll start with Carl this time.
Brent Chugg.
Blake?
Well, I've put a lot of thought into this and done a lot of homework. And I love to study the lives of the presidents. And I found this quote from Dwight D. Eisenhower, who said, "Accomplishment will prove to be a journey, not a destination." And right now, for me, I'd like to see Brent Chugg's journey for another year. So I'm going to vote for Brent Chugg.
Ryan?
Brent Chugg.
Phil?
Brent Chugg.
Myself? Brent Chug? So, council, thank you everybody so do I have a motion to consider Brent Chug as our temporary mayor for the year?
Mayor Pro Tem, I would move that we appoint Brent Chug as our interim mayor through the end of 2019.
Second.
Okay. We have a motion by Councilman Swanson and a second by Carl Turner. Okay. Start the voting with Phil,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
me, yes. It's unanimous. So then I guess we will move on to the,
Well, that's up to Mayor Chug. Do you want to be sworn in tonight?
Yes.
I do solemnly swear
that I will support,
obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of this state,
and the Constitution of this state,
and that I will discharge
and that I will discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Doesn't he come up here now?
We want to shake our hands.
I'm pretty comfortable back here.
You put your name in the ring, get up here.
This feels more at home over here.
That's the seat I used to.
So what's next?
I think you're up.
The mic. Okay, it's back in the saddle. Thank you. We'll turn the time over now for public comments.
I too would just like to congratulate the candidates. I see this as the Randall Wynn, 2412 Barker Parkway. I see this as the beginning of the mayoral election next year, and it was wonderful to hear such nice presentations that were put on tonight. I think we have good people in our city, and we all care. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Why don't we do a duet?
Okay, I can stop here and come. Julie Anderson, 940 East, 2600 North. We're going to do this right. I just want to congratulate you, Mayor Chuck, and wish you much success over this next year, and however long you decide to do this. To the citizens that are here tonight, give yourselves a round of applause. Come on. You guys are awesome. To the City Council, thank you so much for this opportunity. Okay, I'm not going to cry. Yeah, good luck on that one. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for listening, and we will see you at the next City Council meeting. Thank you.
Janice Christensen, 1233 East, 2250 North. I also would like to congratulate the mayor and say what a privilege it is to participate in our incredible system of government. I would also make this plea with regard to the mayor and to the council that in keeping with my concerns for the city, that you would please find a venue, an avenue that would be respectful and that would disperse with some of the negativity that happens particularly within Facebooks associated with North Ogden City. Please, please, please clean up those venues, those opportunities. Allow diversity with respect, but please do not continue on the path that our poor city has suffered from within the last year plus a bit. Thank you.
Thank you for your suggestions.
Mona Wall, 2457 North, 750 East. Congratulations, Mayor Chug. I'm grateful for your willingness to serve and for all of your willingness to serve here. I really appreciate it. I just want to give a little insight into some of the opinions that have been shared tonight. And one of them is that we expect North Ogden to remain a bedroom community. And I just don't see that happening, at least not for very long. I see growth happening, and I think it would be smart to plan for it. Whether we like it or not, Utah is growing, and we hear the numbers all the time on the news. Growth is coming, and it's not something that we can avoid for much longer. So I would encourage you all to just take advantage of the time that you have to plan for that. Plan on growth for the city administration, for the police department, for businesses, for things that are just going to be happening. It's coming. So I just think it would be nearsighted to think that we can remain a bedroom community for much longer. It's a beautiful place to live, there's no doubt. So I would, along with that, encourage you to charge a lot of money for anyone who wants to live here or work here. So really take advantage, because it is gorgeous. But otherwise, just, it's coming. So I love living here, and I look forward to watching that grow and to be a part of it. So thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Somebody mentioned to me the other day about we need to limit the growth here in North Ogden City, and I looked at him and I says, how many generations of your family are here? And he said, 4. And I said, well, our kids like to come back, so that's where the growth will occur.
Terry Bexell, 3432 North, 875 East. I haven't been involved in city government much, and I'm really like North Ogden, been here for just over 40 years. This has been a very humbling thing for me to watch 5 people, several of them I know, some better than others, and you council members. To hear all the different views, this has been just fascinating to me tonight. I kept thinking to myself, every one of these 5 people are very qualified, very smart people. And it's nice to hear all these views. I think part of the problem we have, if we do have a problem, and of course we're not perfect in North Ogden, I think sometimes feelings get in the way. And this is kind of a new thing in this world, it seems like, that we want to take offense very easily. The most important thing, I think, in this city, in this country, is always to try not to be offended. Don't take offense if there's no offense intended. But Mayor Chug, I'm great to see you again. You've done a good job. I've seen a lot of mayors come and go in this city, and I don't think we've been on a better track than where we're at now. Part of the problem is we are more diversified, and we're a lot larger than we were a long time ago. But anyway, this has been a great thing, and I appreciate all you council members for all the time you put in. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment.
I don't know.
Peggy Barker at 2553 North Fruitland Drive. And I was sitting here taking notes as people spoke, and I had one of my students from St. Joseph say, "What are you writing?" And I took a moment and I said, well, it helps me pay attention if I take notes. But I also realized that I was writing the inspiring things that people were saying, and each of these candidates as they expressed their strengths and what they had to offer. I was very inspired, and these people do have something still to offer, though Mayor Chug is sitting here. I would hope that we can draw from these other 4 people and take some of their strengths and use them this year as we move forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your comment.
Bob Buswell, 962 East, 3025 North, in beautiful North Ogden. I just want you to know that I agree that there's going to be growth. I got home from my mission, and I went out back, and I looked up towards Ben Lomond, and there were some houses there. And I went and got my dad, and I took him out back and says, "Dad, why did you let those people build those houses?" And he said, "Let me tell you a story, Bob." And some of you know Bill Norris. And they lived further south than we did. And he looked out after he got back from his mission and looked up there, and he couldn't believe that there was a house there called the Buswell House. And he said to his dad, "What are you doing? Why didn't you let them build there?" He says, "Well, there was somebody to let me build here." So I just want you to know there will be growth. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Taylor Everett, 1019 East, 2950 North. You guys might know my parents from a year and a half ago, helping with the skate park program, and that's what I'm here to talk about. I think we as a community could do really well to show a small token of gratitude and appreciation to the late mayor by naming the North Ogden City Skate Park after him, maybe. And I think that would really just go to show how much we appreciated everything he did for our community and how well he educated us all and how he made the city a better place for every one of us.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Thank you for your comment. If there's no other comments, we'll move on with our agenda. Council, mayor, and staff comments. Councilman Turner?
I just want to thank everybody who applied. Honestly, we had 5 awesome people apply, and I just want to remind everybody in the whole community that this coming election, there will be 5 seats open. Mine, Phil's, and Cheryl's will be for 4 years. Ryan's will be for 2 years, and then the mayor's will be for 2 more years. So that's going to be an awesome election. It's going to be fun, and throw your hat in, because this can be a pain in the neck, but it can be really fun, and you get to meet some amazing people. There's people in this audience here and people throughout the community that I never would have met if I wouldn't have been on city council. And I want to thank the residents for their support, their controversy a little bit. I love it too. I feed off of it, and for your friendship and the kindness you show us. So thank you. That's it.
Well, and I want to echo Carl. Thank you for being here tonight. I quoted earlier, I was talking to Debbie and Mike St. James, and we benefit by your commentary. We love to hear from those who will take the time to email us. So thank you for being here this evening as well. Just quickly, I wanted to pass on to the mayor and the staff. Grateful for the efforts made by the snowplow men and women who may be taking care of that for us. They've done an excellent job. For Dave Espinoza, if you travel up 2100 north, so you're heading eastbound just before you join Fruitland, the sign that indicates there's a stop sign forward coming, that particular sign is upside down, so that needs to be looked at. If you could pass that on.
Pots?
So you don't need to.
Well, it's not the actual stop sign. It's the one that warns you. So it's kind of upside down. And then I just wanted to mention, I wasn't aware. Maybe I shouldn't have been, I'm not sure. But I've been approached by many citizens in the city about the survey that recently hit Facebook. I don't know this, but I would like to be aware as a city councilman of those before they're actually put out so that I can answer questions about those. I had no idea that was coming. I didn't even know where it originated, but it'd be nice to know ahead of time about those.
What survey? What survey?
The survey?
Get on the mayor's Facebook page and look at it every morning. You'll see it.
I found out about it when it came out.
What's the mayor's
Oh.
Facebook page?
Okay.
Mayor doesn't have a Facebook page.
Well, it's the.
Thanks, Megan. Can always count on you.
Okay.
Councilman Barker?
I got two things again with Public Works. We had 2 fires since we met last, and our water supply never went down at all. And both of them were good fires. As the second one, everyone probably here saw, we dumped a lot of water, and our water supply was able to sustain it. So we have a great water department. And then the plows again. We did not go on any. The fire department didn't go on any accidents in North Ogden from the snow. There may have been other slide-offs, but none of them were serious accidents where the fire department would be called. So I think our staff does a great job.
Thank you. Well said. Councilman Swanson?
Same with the plows. They've got a Herculean job ahead of them every time, especially when it's that wet, heavy snow that is such a pain. And also a shout out to our Northview Fire. Those are, you guys do a great job all the time, but it's really visible when something's burning up big, and you've got a lot of apparatus coming in from all around the county, and with your relationships that you guys have with other agencies to be able to pull all the pieces together to make sure that they're handled well and they don't spread and lives aren't lost, and it's only property. So, and thanks to all of you that are here tonight. We're grateful to have you here.
Thank you. Councilwoman Stoker?
Just a thanks to the candidates who applied. Like everybody said, it takes, you have to be really brave to throw your hat in and you have to be pretty thick-skinned. You can't be thin-skinned to sit up here and do this. So I appreciate that you cared enough to do that. And like you say, the field's open, so throw in. That's a riot. And just thanks to all the citizens who care and also that you put yourselves out to care and to come and say. It's been a great experience. And we do have great city employees, and our police and our fire, and it is a good city to live in. So thanks, everybody.
Annette?
This was really an eye-opener for me, and I appreciate the respect and reverence that everyone had for this process, and thank those candidates. I agree. We've had some good candidates. They were all good candidates. Thank you.
Don?
So I guess 3 things. I have asked Parks to set some stuff up over where those kids are sledding. Typically we throw some straw bales out in front of the things that people can run into on the hills. And so doing something like that to help at least lessen an impact. I sent you an email about the moving the 2550 detention basin, and we had tentatively planned on having that discussion on the 22nd of January, but Councilman Barker's gone that evening, and in discussions with Mayor, we felt it was important that the whole council be here. So is everyone available for a special meeting on the 29th, where there would be 2 items. One would be recognizing a community member, a short 5-minute deal, and then the other would be that discussion. Does that work? That doesn't work for you, Cheryl?
You can put it back on the 22nd. I'll miss it.
Okay. Well, I mean, as we mentioned a little while ago, we do have to make a decision, and the folks who are doing the FEMA or the NCRS application they have an open house in February, and they need to have kind of a final guideline for a design, not a drawn out plan, but kind of a direction the city wants to go. So I guess it's probably up to the council what day works best.
Can we do it next week or not? Is that not enough time?
It's probably not enough time for the community to get out and, to let them know. So
If we do it on the 22nd, I can call in.
you can call in. Council, is that the direction you want to go?
I'm fine either night, so.
Okay. Okay. So we'll notice it for the 22nd then, and then we'll save the recognition of that individual for probably the first meeting in February, if that works. And then the last thing on the survey, I apologize. I thought I had sent out an email to the council about it, and I apparently didn't. Just as a heads up, so you understand, in discussions again with the mayor about where we're at, we have to start an amendment to our general plan mandated by the state for moderate housing things. And so we thought, as part of the discussion of where the city's going, to start a survey to get brainstorming ideas from the individuals in the community to provide kind of a starting point for the council discussion. And we anticipate, I think, several meetings where we talk about the brainstorming ideas and start to shorten the list. And the mayor thinks it would be a good idea to, once we get the list shortened on directions we want to go with various things in the city, to do a formal survey with an outside independent firm like Qualtronics or someone like that to come in and actually poll the citizens and find, to give some feedback for the council to help you in your decision making. So the other thing with that survey, the results of the survey are posted as they are posted. The link was broken for a couple hours, but I think I've got it fixed. Every time I've checked it since then, it's working, so residents can actually see the other responses as they go up. We have about 141 the last time I checked, but we'll post the link again. It's also on the North Ogden City page. It's right at the top in the center of the page when you pop it up. So there's a link to the survey, and so anyway. And I think that's what I've got.
Thank you. I would certainly like to thank all those who participated in this event this evening. As I look on the board over here, I have 4 other people I can call on now for help, along with the rest of you great citizens that are here this evening. And the people of North Ogden are always willing to help and contribute. And I sit here with pride. Maybe that's not a good word to use, but I sit here with pride for all the wonderful people that live here and the comments that are given to me on a day-to-day basis. And appreciate all of you, and thanks for coming out this evening. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Adjourn.
Motion by Councilwoman Stoker.
There you go. I'll second it.
Second by Councilman Turner. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.